Hey everyone, it's Helen Mooney with White Pine Homestead, and I thought I'd make a little video this morning just to give you a tour of the property, kind of show you the bare look of things and talk to you a little about our vision and our plans. And I thought you'd just enjoy that, just to see what we got going on, and maybe a little update on the pigs. So, tell you what's happening. We did lose one, and I can get to that here shortly, but let's get started. Right now I'm just standing outside my kitchen door this morning, and we're just going to start out. Okay, so as we walk out my kitchen door, go through the carport here, and you can see we have compost bins. That's not going to be their ultimate home. That's just where it's at the moment. And I kind of just wanted to show you this bank that we have right here. And we're going to go down the road here in a moment. But that is the site of our future root cellar. So we can actually, I don't know if you can really tell how high it is, but it's pretty high. So we're going to be able to dig into this hillside and put in our root cellar. And that's an eventual goal. And what I love about the location is, one, I don't have to walk down into something. It's almost kind of, I'll just be walking out into a door that's at a normal height for me, not going down into something, although it will be under the dirt. And it's not far out my kitchen door, which is awesome. So this is our driveway, and we're just going to walk down here, and I'm just going to give you a little tour today. It's our area my kids frequent on a regular basis. And so we have 20 acres, so not gigantic. And if any of you are wondering why we chose the name White Pine Homestead, this is why. This is a single white pine that is on our property, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love this tree, and I really didn't know the difference between a white pine and a normal pine, and I'm trying to learn more about those things now. But its bark is a bit of a kind of a grayish color, and it's smooth compared to the other pines on our property, because we certainly have plenty of them. So there you are. There's our single white pine. It's the only one on our land, and that's where the name White Pine Homestead came from. So if you walk down here, we have like just a parking pad right here, or push the snow in that area come winter. And all this area here is prime, basically, pasture land. At some point, we'd like to have some cows on that. We do have a 3-acre pasture that is fenced in, although it needs to be re-fenced. Then we got our old farm truck. We have Nick's other kind of normal work truck and our backhoe. Then we bought this Quonset hut. The one thing that we don't have, that Nick would like to have eventually, is a shop. And so we were lacking storage for some of our things. And this Quonset hut can be opened on either side, which is pretty great. So one end of it has things we would want to get to during the summer, and end of it has things we'd want to get to in the winter. And we don't have everything in it yet. Nick just got this assembled with our brother-in-law not too long ago, but it's pretty big. It could fit like a large camper or something like that. I mean, you can see the trucks next to it. It's not a tiny unit, so yeah. And that's just some rock for doing projects. This whole area right here that you can see, basically all this over to, and here's our road, is where we'd eventually like to have a shop. Nick would really like a shop in this section, and so hopefully we can do that eventually. And then we wouldn't mind someday in this area right here having a guest cabin of some sort. And then there's our camper, which primarily is a guest cabin now. So when we have people come to visit, often they can stay in that. And this is what we call the workshop area, and I'll take you through that here in a minute. But I'll just kind of give you a view of, over here's our hay barn and our garden area. I'm going to walk over there too. Chicken coop. Here's our yard. Lane and his cousin have done a camp out in the yard earlier this year in the house, which you've maybe never really seen, actually, I don't think. And this right here is I believe called a Crimson King. It's absolutely spectacular in the fall. And no, I'm sorry, this is not a Crimson King. I forgot what kind of maple it is. This little one right here is our Crimson King that we planted a couple years ago. It's near and dear to our heart for the reason that it was planted. And a little bit here. I don't even know what that tree is. And then you can see back up our driveway and then that property up there behind it. All right, we'll keep going. This is just what I said. It's called our workshop area. So there's kind of a carport here, but it's not very tall, so only certain size vehicles could fit in there. We also have to haul all our garbage where we live, so that's what you're seeing there at the moment. Nick's wood rack, if we need to find any projects that need to be done. Some of our freezers. And then this building right here, or this middle part, is a building where right now that's where Nick, that's his workshop basically. So, and you can see it has a wood stove in it. And then we have another end. Now we've been working on these areas, or Nick has, I should say, to get them cleaned up and organized. They're not quite where we want them to be yet. We went and floated the river for Nick's birthday, so have some floats there. But this is our, what we call the saw shop, and it's a bit of a mess right now. We have not got that finished. But so it's not a shop, but we have workspaces, so that's good. And then this is our container van. We're actually getting out of our storage unit this week. My brother and sister-in-law are going to help me tomorrow actually get that all unloaded. And you're seeing down there some fencing, some different posts. This is one of my beautiful lilac bushes that I get to pick. I just love these. So when we got our property, we were really blessed to have a pretty established homestead. They didn't really homestead it, but it had definitely things that we were looking for. You can just kind of see these areas around here that need to be cleaned up, and we're working on all that. It's just kind of a road thinking process. We have 20 acres, and this road right here that you're seeing goes through our property over to another road that then we can go down, which is kind of nice. But I'll give you another view of this way. You can see that our property is not flat. It's basically on a hill, but there are some more flat sections that we can do things with. And then over here are our fruit trees. I have an apple. I think we've talked about these, just a few different fruit trees, and we would love to expand this orchard area. And then over here, this is our wood barn, and we call this our hay barn, but at this point it's where we keep our feed for the animals. We don't have any hay in there right now because we don't have animals that really need hay. So basically it's kind of like a garden slash feed barn. That's the best way I can look at it. I'm going to take you a little bit over here. Even though this is not cleaned up yet, I'll just give you an idea. This whole area in here, so to the end of our road, or this road over here, all the way through here and down into this area. I mean, it's a couple acres, and we would like to fence that in. And the goal would be that area would be eventually for pigs that are with us, you know, seasonally. A much bigger area. The situation with the pigs right now was a really pretty, let's get this done quickly kind of a thing, so we could get these pigs. Then you can see our cement blocks there. Nick's been working on this pad area right here. This was a huge mound of things, and he's been cleaning that out. We're not quite done with it. He is working hard. This right here is a big old stump that he cannot get out. He's working on it. We'll keep working on it. But we want to flatten all this out. And then this spot right here is where our greenhouse is going to go. And then the area where the tarps are is where our garden's going to go. And I'm doing this video now because when Nick is home next, we are tackling this project. And so hopefully I'll be able to do a video pretty quickly after that showing raised garden beds. And then right here on this side of the hay barn, right now we have some water tanks there. But the goal for that location is where we're going to put our rabbitry. So we've gotten all the things to set up the rabbitry system inside a building, and the building will kind of go off of this building, I believe, and have the rabbitry there. There's some hydrants, water hydrants that we have. And then over here, let's see, I can get in here. I'm going to climb up in here one moment. You can just see the fencing is kind of long overdue. And so we're just going to be refencing the garden area for now. And then this whole area, I'll just kind of do a little pan around this whole area. You're going to see beyond the pigs, up that hill, and then up into kind of a corner over there is a pasture. And it's 3 acres. And that's really a great size pasture. And we originally had goats and 2 goats and a llama in there. In fact, right here you can see this is the goat playground, which the kids now play on. And then this is our chicken run here. We eventually want to be able to let them free range a bit more. But for now, and the goals and things that we're working on at the moment, we kind of just need them to stay inside there. And we're going to be cleaning up all this area. You can see that there's a bunch of overgrowth. The reason these tarps are all here, like I've mentioned in past videos, is that we needed to, I didn't want to till like a crazy woman. Some of the stuff's coming through, but it won't be as big a job when we go to clean things up. So all this is going to be cleaned up here very soon. And then here's our hydrant here. And we'll go around. I really like our coop setup, personally. The kids check the eggs right out here on this side. Things are a bit of a mess in there. I see I need to get that cleaned up. And then this whole side right here, Nick put a pulley system on it. I can just lift that whole thing up. I don't have to wrench down real low or climb into this little door right here. And I can shovel that whole thing out. It's wonderful. Hi guys, what you doing? And then originally, this area right here, there was a kind of a makeshift gate, not a real one. And we want to put the gate to our pasture in a different location. So when we refence the pasture, that's going to happen. But all of this is kind of crazy to look at this. All of this has become overgrown just this year with the goats and llama being gone. It did not take long at all. So we're going to have to work on that as well. Now the pigs are just being kind of lazy at the moment because it is getting warm out. Here's our chicken tractor, which we really just used when we need to get a chicken away from everybody, or we just got our rooster, as you can hear, from a friend of ours. So he lived in there for 2 days. Then we moved him in with the ladies, and he is acclimated just fine and seems to be doing good. But I'll show you the pigs. There they are, and they are definitely getting bigger. But if you'll notice, there's only 3 of them. And originally we had 4. And the reason we only have 3, hey guys, what's going on? Is that one of our pigs had a hernia, and we tried to help her, but it didn't work out. They're hoping I have some snacks for them. And, hi, you're kind of filthy. Been playing in the mud. And they have rooted this up. This was all overgrown when they got in there, and that did not take long. And they have rooted that all up. Anyways, we tried to fix the hernia. Nick and our neighbors came over to help us out with that, but unfortunately, we were not able to save her. And she had I guess her colon actually came out her backside. So, and of course it happened the day after Nick went back to work. So I had to shoot her and put her down and take care of all that, unfortunately. Not something we wanted to have to do, certainly. We want these guys to grow and do well, and yeah. So we're down to 3 pigs, and those things happen. We actually bought a second pig specifically in case someone had a need for a pig. We wanted to be able to help another family out if they needed to. I gotta get water in their thing. This is their pool basically, and I just fill it with water regularly so they can get in there and play because it's warm. But we still have 3 and we're grateful for that. So another view of our overgrown pasture. It's just crazy. Happens so fast. So the big dreams right now are to get in the garden and the greenhouse. I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. And work on the rabbitry. I don't know if that is actually going to get put up this year, but that may end up being next spring. And that'll be a source of meat for us, which we're pretty excited about. I'll just kind of let you see the house where you've seen a couple other videos. I just sitting right there on my porch. Just a nice little spot. And I don't know if you can see the solar panels on our house. We have 26 solar panels. We are actually tied into the grid. So we produce solar. And like my bill last month was 73 cents. So it goes on their grid. We don't have a battery bank system right now. We'd like to have that in the future, but we don't at the moment. And then if I use more than I produced, then I just pay that small bill to the electric company. But yeah, that's not my goal in the long run to have. And I'm just going to kind of walk you back this way. So for a long time, and one of the reasons I even have an electric bill right now with the amount of sun we're having, a 73-cent bill shouldn't be much, but is because we have a refrigerator. The seal's gone out on it, and we have been kind of limping along with it for way too long. And we've been using a baby latch, a kid-proof latch to keep it closed on a regular basis. It's just gotten worse and worse. And so obviously not an efficient setup. So we just ordered a new refrigerator, and hopefully we'll be getting that. Well, we should be getting it by September 9th. I think today's August 25th. So not too much longer, and Mama's going to have a new refrigerator. I cannot wait. Let's kind of give you this view. We really love it here, and it's nice and peaceful. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of the property and a little idea of where things are being laid out and the plans that we have, and we're really excited. We are. It's kind of a dream come true for us, things that we've been working on for a long time, and we kind of feel like we're finally seeing the fruition of those. So we're hoping that you're working on your own plans and we can all just continue to work together. I'm excited about some upcoming videos. I'm going to start just sharing things I do that have helped us be, we'll say, more frugal, more self-sufficient. I mean, obviously I'm still purchasing some things to make the things that we do in our home, but certainly at a fraction of the cost, and I've acquired the skills to be able to do things that I don't have to depend on somebody else to make for me, and I really love that, and that's been a joy to learn, and I hope to share those things with you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, if you could like it, subscribe, share it with others that might benefit from it. We'd love to share our journey with them as well. Hope you're doing great, and leave me a comment if you have any thoughts, or yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.